Finally, be strengthened by the Lord and by his vast strength. Put on the full armor of God, so that you can stand against the tactics of the devil. For our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the world powers of the darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavens. This is why you must take up the full armor of God, so that you may be able to resist in the evil day, and having prepared everything, to take your stand. That's Ephesians 6:10 through 13. Pretty much how that relates to me as a sportsman, outdoorsman, and a Christian is you take up your armor and you're protected by God's salvation. And if you hunt or you trap or anything outdoors, or you're a prepper or anything like that, obviously you're going to have certain armor in your kit that you would utilize in order to protect yourself. So this video is about packs, pack layout. This is probably going to be one of 2, maybe 3 different videos, depending on how much I can cram into 15 minutes at a time. But this is one of my packs right here. This is old Alice. It's an Alice pack. It's used to be Army issue. It was issued when I first went in, but it's not issued anymore. But it is an excellent pack. Just a quick overview of it. I flip this out. It's got padded straps. It's got quick releases on it. You can use if you need to drop the pack in a hurry. It's got the kidney pad, which helps protect your back against heavy loads. It's framed. You can kind of see the frame. Try to spin that around a little bit, maybe get a little more of it in there. This is a bungee cord. I will talk about that either in this one or the next. On the pack here, you can see this little pouch. This is a hunting pack that I utilize on every hunt that I do. It carries certain equipment in there, just in case I end up deciding to stay overnight or things turn for the worse. And on that note, we're going to go inside and look at some of the stuff that I carry in here. Some of it's common sense as to why. Some of the things I will explain. This is my first aid pouch. If you have ever been on a long hunt or a hog hunt or a bear or elk or anything like that, where there's a possibility of getting injured either by wildlife or by your own careless mistake or due to weather or whatever, it's just good practice to have a first aid kit on your hunting pack. Some people may not do that. I highly recommend putting together something if you don't already have it. Inside mine, I've got a Combat Quick Claws here. It's just pretty much a pressure bandage that's got Quick Clot agent in it to help seal up wounds. I got some gloves. These will work if you need to perform first aid on yourself or a buddy, or when you're field dressing game. I've also got a tourniquet here, just in case something gets real bad, like you run into a bear or a moose stomps you, or you trip and impale yourself on something and you start spurting blood everywhere. This will help save your life, where you can either self-evac or make your way to an area where you can get evacuated by third party. There's other stuff in here that is more for real worst case scenarios. Like I got stuff set up here for IVs, nasal pharyngeal for facial trauma, just in case you take a spill down the rocks, and something that everybody's probably real familiar with, and in my case I'm very familiar with, something being dirty. That's tape. That's just to help hold a bandage on, or really anything you utilize tape for. It's just something good to have in a pack. You could also use this to mark trails, put a streamer out or something to help mark a location of something. It's just obvious redneck handy device there. I'm gonna kind of stow this stuff back in single-handedly the best I can so we can get moved on a little bit quicker. There's other stuff in other packs that I carry, but this is just a basic crap. I'm injured, I need help. I can help myself. The Bible says God helps those who help themselves, so a little bit of common sense can go a long way. I'm going to stand this up. Probably going to get a little shadow effect going on here. Inside this bag coming out that looks like, I don't know what, is just a waterproof bag. It's a liner. There's also a military issue. This is stuffed inside the rucksack. And inside it is where I keep a lot of stuff. Inside there is a whoopee, or what everybody else may know as a poncho liner. I'm going to pull a little bit of it out here so you can see it. That's what I'm talking about. That's the poncho liner, or aka whoopee. It's pretty much a blanket, or anything else. You wrap it up and use it as a pillow. You could probably fashion a litter out of this thing. Actually, I know you can. You can fashion a litter out of it and pack somebody out, or drag meat out on it, or whatever you needed to do. But the waterproof bag being stuffed down inside the ruck is good practice, because obviously if your bag gets wet, you're out there in the rain, you don't want your stuff to get wet, so that helps protect it from getting wet, even though your bag may become completely soaked. Alright, moving on. You got three main compartments here. You got that pouch, and that pouch. Inside this pouch here, looks like the orange here, I got a safety vest from an old job site. That well, it's hunter orange, so that kind of goes without saying if you hunt. If you don't hunt, it's kind of burnt up from welding. That's something that you know most states require, that you have on to help mark you as being a non-game animal. Also, I have a VS-17 panel. The reason why I carry this is because if I'm ever in an emergency situation and I'm looking for help, I can fold this thing out or unfold it, and pretty much mark a certain location, or I can unroll it and strap it across this pack here, and that way from a distance I'll be able to see my pack, or more easily find it in the dark, as most, some hunts can go. In this next pouch here, I got a poncho. If you don't know what a poncho is, Google it. It's a very handy item to have in a pack. In the next one here is my fuel cans. I got a small, there's a small fuel can, and a large fuel can, the extended stay, if you will. Those two cans right there, both of them together cost about $11-12 at Walmart, and I can fit both of them in one pouch. So if I need to move that stuff over inside this waterproof bag, I can fit 2 more fuel cans in there. 4 fuel cans ought to last a feller a long time up in the hills. And they go together. I mean, it's real simple. It's condensed down. You cinch this thing down nice and tight. I've never had a problem with them rattling around together inside my pack. And it's a real handy spot to keep it. You don't got to tear apart your pack digging and looking for your fuel can. If you get to a spot, or you come in late, or you're in a survival situation, you're freezing your butt off, you fell in through the ice or something, everything's on the outside. You can get to it quick. That's another good thing to keep in mind. Whether it gets dark or you get in a life or death situation, you need to get something out of your pack quick. Keep in mind those types of things when you're designing your pack or putting one together. Keep life-saving items on outside pockets or near the top. Something that's going to be easily accessed. And try to keep it where you can get it with one hand. Just in case the other one's broken or got chewed off. You never know what life will throw at you. We're going to go back inside the pack here real quick, if I can balance this joker. Inside here there's a radio patch. I got a bad shadow going on. That's this little guy right here. This is the radio pouch. I keep all sorts of goodies in here. You can see the orange boxes. Those are refill things for my thermocell. I keep an extra stocking cap inside that pouch. I can get to it real easy in the dark if I need it, if I need any extra protection. Also inside here, I got this little guy. This is my stove that I use those fuel cans to. You notice that was real easy to get to. It's right there on top. The shiny package you see right here is pretty much the military's equivalent to a space blanket. Like I said, life-saving stuff, near the top, easy to get to. That's how I design stuff. Also in this pack, I've got hunt essential items. Sometimes I go predator hunting, so I got my little predator call in here. This is a little torch. I think it's built by Flex Tone, but I'm not sure. Can't remember. But I keep that in there. And make this video a little bit easier, I'm running out of time here. But that's another thing I keep in my pack. All this stuff is. That's a smoking jacket. That's just extra layering to help keep me warm. That's also a military issue. A lot of my stuff is stuff that I got to keep when I got out. I got my grunt tube, elk bugle, a shemagh, neck gaiter, couple of pairs of gloves just in case one gets wet, toilet paper. Some people overlook simple things. When you're out in a situation that can turn bad, simple things like toilet paper, a candy bar, something like that to help boost your morale, to make the suck less, can really boost morale and help you keep a level head in a bad situation. Jungle boots. I keep these in the pack in the waterproof bag. When you get back to camp after all day hiking or something, these don't take up a whole lot of room. Obviously these are well used. I've had these for probably 12-13 years. I keep those in my pack. That way when I get back and my hunting boots are wet, I can change into some dry boots while I'm inside my camp, boost morale a little bit, give my hunting boots a chance to dry out. Something to keep in mind. There's some of my cookware that does not go in my pack, but it goes with me, and actually I got room to put it in there if I want. Got my canteen. I got an extra frame and ratchet straps for strapping game to. That way I can hike them out. But in a nutshell, that's pretty much the pack. We're going to try to do another one before long. Kind of go a little bit more in depth on some certain items. Alright, thanks for watching.